This is Chris Kill with your daily personal trainer on your strength circuit. For this month, we have two exercises that we're going to focus on. All right, we have the push-up and we have a squat. All right, these are some of the most two basic exercises in fitness, but also the cornerstone of everything else. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate proper form in each and how we progress each exercise. All right, now for our first exercise, we have a push-up, and what I'm looking for from the push-up is a couple things. All right. My back stays flat like a table. An error that I see a lot with push-ups is that people will lead with one segment of their body, either the chest or the hips, to kind of look like a bad dance move. What I want is everything to move together. So I'm going to tighten my butt cheeks, tighten my abs, and then move up and down just like this, all right? I want my back to remain flat like a table. And I tell people, I should be able to serve dinner off of your back. Obviously, in an upright position like this, it's going to roll off, but as we become closer to the ground, that's going to be more true. So, our level one would be on a wall like this, right? What I like about the wall is that you're virtually weightless here, and it's going to teach proper form. So what I want is chest comes down all the way to the wall and comes back up. If you're totally new to fitness, you haven't done this push-up ever before, spend a week and work on mechanics. The biggest thing is we get the proper form down before we start to try to make it harder with improper form. So once again, back stays flat, and then we would move to level two, which would be putting our hands on a lower surface like a chair. Okay, so I have two chairs here, and again, you see my back is remaining flat. I'm picking a spot about 5 degrees in front of me. I'm getting my chest as far down as I can, and I'm coming back up. All right, so that would be level two. Now, if you can't get down all the way, if you can only get down halfway, again, just sink down to where you're comfortable, pause for a second, and push back up. What you could also do is simply lower down, pause, and then just come onto your knees and start over. So I'm not trying to push back up. I'm just controlling the lower, pausing, and coming onto my knees. All right? Level three would be moving down to a box or the floor. All right, so if I have my hand up on a chair, moving progressively lower would ultimately be the goal. All right, so what I want to be able to do is get my chest all the way down to whatever surface that I'm reaching to before I move on to the next level. Ultimately, with this program, the goal is to be able to get to the floor. All right, again, proper floor push-up, back is flat, chest comes down to the floor, pause, come back up. Think about maybe counting for 2 seconds on the way down, pausing for 1, and coming back up. It shouldn't be a fast, jerky motion. It should be with good control. All right, now, so that's the push-up, all right? Those are our levels. Start up on a wall. That's fairly easy. Move down to a chair. And again, make sure you're working with proper form. Get your chest down to the chair, and then progressively move down towards the floor. For our next exercise, we have a squat. All right, the squat is simply sticking your butt out like a bad dance move, right? What it looks like is this, all right? I'm going to put a chair behind me, and the beginner version of the squat would simply be to sit down in the chair, so I'm just going to do this. All right, I have to sit my butt out because if I don't, I'm going to fall on the floor. What a lot of people do with the squat is they come forward onto their toes, okay? We want to try to keep the knees over the toes if possible. What that means is that I'm sticking my butt out and I'm sitting back on my heels. So once again, if you're new to this, if you've never done a squat before, you're new to fitness, use the chair and just come up and down, practicing that. Sit back on your heels and stand up, okay? It's a very simple motion. And the thing is, if you want to make it harder, simply move faster. No problem with that at all. To progress from there, I'm just going to squat down, tap the chair, and come back up, all right? And the progression as we go on, level two, would be to get down a parallel. Okay, so rather than saying I'm going to squat down to a chair, I'm going to use a lower surface, and I'll give you an example. Okay, so here I have a ball. And with a ball, what I'm going to do the same thing. Get my butt out, tap the ball, come back up. Okay, once you can do that, once you can get down to about 90 degrees, you can reload, you can move the ball, get your butt down to your heels and come back up. From there, we can start to do things like add weight, in the form of maybe a medicine ball or some weight in your purse, backpack, whatever you have. And again, that's going to kind of just help it sink down a little bit. To increase the challenge, simply move faster. You don't need a ton of weight, you just want to move with proper form. So those are the exercises that we have this month. Okay, with that, I'm just going to perform those exercises back to back. Okay, so I have the push-up for 1 minute, followed by the squat for 1 minute. Okay, the way it works is this. I'm going to perform the push-up for a period of 40 seconds, all right, with proper form at the proper pace. If I can do that at the level that I'm at, so if I can do that pretty easily on the wall, I know that next round, the next time I do a push-up, I'm going to make it harder. Okay, I'm going to move to level 2 or down to the chairs or whatever you've chosen. Okay, and it's the same for the squat. If you're able to get your butt down to a chair and you're sitting down, maybe the next time you do it, you're just tapping the chair. Okay, and then maybe the next time you're doing it, you're coming all the way down a parallel. This might be something where you move pretty quickly, and you can certainly ask for more advanced versions in our forum. That's perfectly fine. But start with the basics and just move quicker. As you get better, you'll definitely challenge yourself. But that's how it works. We have push-ups for 40 seconds of work, followed by 20 seconds of rest. What you record is the best level that you're able to achieve for the day. So if you do level 1 or up on the wall in round 1, and then in round 2, you're able to get down to chairs, but then for the rest of the time you have to go back up because you fatigue, then level 2 is what you record, and that's what we're going to try to beat for that next round. Okay, so that's how we record progress in these circuits. Now this is a 10-minute circuit, so I have my push-ups for 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, followed by my squats for 40 seconds of work, followed by 20 seconds of rest. That's the way it works. If you have any questions whatsoever, please post them for me. I'll film a video for you explaining. And again, you just perform push-up squats for a period of 10 minutes. Okay, so that will be 4 rounds in total. Enjoy yourself in this circuit. I hope you do very well. Thank you for choosing Daily Personal Trainer.